My name is Jess and this is Knitting on Sweater Avenue. This is a podcast where normally I talk about what I have finished knitting, what I'm currently working on, and any new acquisitions or new projects I've cast on. As I've said, my name is Jess. I live in Melbourne, Australia, and it is the 2nd of December. I am not sure how much VLOGMAS style stuff I am going to do, but I thought I might start today with what I have, I guess sort of a more standard podcast style video. And then I figured that I would do updates over this week, see how much knitting I get done in a week. And then I figured I'd post this at the end of next week, and sort of my intention is to do, I think, one video a week, I guess as a VLOGMAS style video. So yeah, to start with, I suppose not yesterday, but on Saturday, which was the last day of November, we picked up our Christmas tree, and we actually had to pick up some decorations because this is the first time that my partner and I have put a tree up in our house because we'll be here for Christmas. I am wearing Christmassy pajamas, but I have to admit I bought them after Christmas last year and I wear them full year round because I just think they're great. Dachshunds with Christmassy stuff is totally down with me. And at one point I put up a crackling fireplace on the TV, but it didn't really come across very well, and also that's not the weather it is in Australia. I think it's going to be 25 to 30 today, so it is very warm. But I thought I'd start by sort of going through briefly my one finished object since last time and how much progress I've made since the last video. And then I thought I'd talk a little bit about some of my gift knits, although I'm only doing 2 and I haven't worked out what the second one's going to be, but I know I need to do something. And so yeah, I thought I'd sort of go into that. So anyway, gonna get started. So my one and only finished object is this, which is I think it's a Sophie shawl, but it's sort of a hacked Sophie shawl, being that it used all of the yarn that I have. And this is, it's very cute and cozy, and I don't have the pattern, so it's a hacked Sophie scarf technically. But it's very soft and cozy. So this is, again, not the weather in Australia, but that's okay. So this is the Sophie scarf shawl pattern. I mean, it's the same general theory. I have used Knitting for Olive merino in the colour Blue Tit, and Pasley Knits suri alpaca in the colour Milky Way from the New Zealand collection that I bought a couple of years ago. And it's the leftover yarn I had from a jumper that I knit. I knit a Monday sweater in this combo. Well, a very hacked Monday sweater, but I did this with the rest of the yarn. So there was a lot more yarn than I was expecting. There was a whole drama, which I have talked about in previous videos. Oh, speaking of previous videos, I clearly did not rewatch my last video before I posted it because I had gone to add a title and just failed, which is, I will say I would re-upload it, and I might still re-upload it, but it takes a long time because I edit on my iPad and it takes a long time to export and then post, so it is a big effort to get a video out. Not really from me, it's all my iPad, but it takes hours. Anyway, so that is my sort of Sophie shawl scarf, and I will admit that on occasion when I was working on this, I was wearing the Monday sweater, which was quite an intense look to be knitting on the same yarn that you're wearing. And I had at least one person say, I thought you were knitting the jumper, like they thought I was continuing to knit the jumper that I was wearing, which I feel like would be very intense. But anyway, so I've been working on this one, and I do like rolling it up into the little croissant shape that it does do quite nicely. But it's quite a long roll now. And so that is my one and only finished object. And I nearly have another one, but I'm a bit stalled, but I'll go through that next. So I feel like I could make that look more even. There you go. Little croissant. I do think that the croissants is like one of the cutest ways to show these guys off. So that is my only finished object. But I've got a number of works in progress, and hopefully, well, yes, as I talked about last time, this is also partly to sort of update you on how I'm going in my goals to finish all of my current whips before the end of the year. So this is my Lyon sweater by Petite Knit, and I have smashed through it. So I've got 2 sleeves. I'm knitting the size medium, and this is actually, again, Pasley Knits yarn. This is the color Athena in their superwash DK base, which I forget the name of, but I am, ignore that. I'm very happy with how it's going, and I am hoping desperately that it doesn't stretch out too much. I have done a 1x1 rib on the sleeves, cuffs, and hem. Oh yeah, hem. I'm in the middle of the neck, and so I'm very close, but I got sort of stalled because I went to the cinema we call it the movies. I went to the movies last week, and I would have taken this, but it was sort of at a stage where I wanted to be able to see, and I needed to count pretty intensely on, I think I was on one of my sleeves, and so this one's sort of taken a back seat as it's a bit more of a home project, because I'm working on the neck and I want to be able to try it on, make sure it's all good. I did helical knitting all the way through the whole thing. The only time I haven't done it is on the neck, and so I was feeling pretty good about this. So I helical knit all the way to the end of the sleeve, and then I do 2 rows of double knitting before I do my Italian bind off, and so I just did 1 row of double knitting with one yarn and the other row with the other yarn. So I did sort of the knits with one of the yarns and the pearls with the other yarn, and then I used the yarn from the pearls to bind off, mostly because when I normally do double knitting, I do the knits first and the pearls second, and that's the yarn I use to bind off. And it's a little bit funky in the crease, but I think it'll block pretty even, and I think the rest of it looks very even. The only other thing I've done is combination ribbing on all of the ribbing, so that's, you knit the knits normally, but you purl when you're knitting the pearls, you wrap the yarn backwards, which I think some people then continue purling the pearls the way they're then, because that mounts them twisted. When I go so that's the first round, you do that, and then the second round, obviously the pearls are twisted, so I am purling to make them not twisted. I think some people may have twisted pearls, but I don't. So I think that someone said it's something about that shortens the amount of yarn you use on the pearl stitch, which is often how you get sort of these much wider knit stitches. So I think that looks pretty good. It's doing a bit of a weird twist. Oh, it's not too bad. And then this is the inside, which I think often does look kind of nicer, but it has more of a separation. I don't know. I'm hoping it will block and look all even and nice. And so yeah, that's that. And this is a stitch marker, and I will write down where I got it from, but I ordered it online. It's a very cute little acorn. If it will hold still. I've not been buying yarn, I don't think, and I haven't. Oh no, I did buy some yarn for one of my gift knits, and I haven't. I've been trying not to buy needles because I have plenty and I don't need anything else, but I also have. I don't know. There's many ways to enjoy spending money on your hobby, and that's one of them. So that is a very close to finished object, and possibly I'm working from home today, so I'll have a bit of time at lunchtime and this evening, and so hopefully I might be able to maybe smash that one out. Let's see, the second one, let's go with this one. Oh, halfway. Oh no, I finished a round. Wow, proud of me. I finished a round before I stopped working on this one. I'm actually also, this one's become sort of my traveling whip, unless I've accidentally started. No, I'm all right. And this is my April cardigan by Petite Knit. And this is the last Petite Knit pattern that I have for you today. And I am working away at the body, and I sort of did some measuring, and that's about where I was last time, but I know that I need 10 centimeters from there. And I think I'm about 8 centimeters. So yeah, another cute stitch marker. I got this one in Queensland actually, but I think it's from the same brand, because I think I got these ones and then went on their website and ordered some more. And what I love about this, I don't have a need to show you on here, but it comes with sort of, so like that's an umbrella, and then it has sort of raindrop stitch markers to they go on the things. Do I have one? Is that one? One moment. Let me see if I've got one here. Oh yeah, here. So it's like a raindrop. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, like there. Hopefully you can see that. And so that's, yeah, that is how I'm going on this one. I'm also making the size medium, which I think is the third size of this Petite Knit April cardigan in, did I talk about? Yeah, I did. In the, so this is Knitting for Olive Merino. Can you tell? I've got a favorite. And this is the Cumulus by Fyberspates suri alpaca. And they're both in the black colorway. So I think one is liquorice and one is noir. So I think the merino is liquorice and the suri is noir, or the other way around. But it is such a soft project to work on. Like it's so fun, and it is dark, which is difficult. But I was working on it. I did a bit in the movies the other day, and I've gotten more used to. I used to be more of a mohair and merino knitter, and suri feels different. So like I can't not look at it as much. But I've been practicing, so I'm getting better at that. And so that's the progress I'm making on this one. So yeah, we're getting there, and then I think I'll probably do the neckband next, and then the sleeves last, partly because if I run out of yarn, then I could do the sleeve cuff, the ribbing of the sleeve cuffs without the suri, and I think that would be okay. And that would be like, because I think I have more of the merino than I have of the suri. So that's my plan if I run out of yarn. But that's been the one that I've been working on a lot. And then I'll do a brief and quick special mention of this one, which I actually have done one of the sleeves. So this is my favorite things knitwear sweater number. It'll be 15 or 18, and I cannot remember which, but that's okay. And I have finished one of the sleeve cuffs. So I was just removing one of the rounds of the. I was removing one round of the cable because the sleeves were too long. But I finished this, and I was having trouble binding off because I'm doing a 2x2 knitted bind off. But I do an Italian bind off 2x2, I bind off from the inside because I find it makes it look nicer. But I was just at this point, I was just in a bit of a mood, and it was late, so I just moved on to the other side. So I'll finish off this one, bind off this one, and then bind that one off again. But that's been in progress for longer than I'd like to admit. Knitting for Olive, merino and mohair in Dusty Artichoke, which is a favourite, but this project has pretty much overall been a bit of a fail. I've redone the sleeves. I've completely redone the sleeves once, and now I've changed the length of them again. And then second last but not least, this project has caused me a little bit of strife, and it's not because there's anything wrong with the project, but similarly, oh my goodness, it's got another fun stitch marker. This is my Selene sweater by Anne Ventzel, who I've got to admit has been a new recent favourite designer of mine. I love this yarn. Oh, I found my wallet. It's good, I need that. The issue with this one is I took it with me again to the movie. So I took this project and the cardigan, and I was working on this one the most first, and I've made quite a lot of progress. Like that's the back, I think. So this must be the front because it's a bit shorter. And these are metal needles. So these are these are the Mindfulness collection from Knit Pro. And I don't have the whole collection. I just have bought a few of the needles because I think probably because I had a project that I wanted to work on and I didn't have enough needles, which is I should have just finished a project. But anyway, I have had this problem with Chalgu needles in the past, and now I've had it with these two, which is that I get a sort of callus on my finger because when I knit, I push the left hand needle back with my right index finger, and I have poked a hole in my finger more than once with metal needles. Never with wooden needles, but more than once with metal needles. And so I did it at the cinema, and it's not bad, but I won't show you just because that's sort of a bit random. But it's just a small hole that I have poked in my finger, and it is just a bit like I was like, I can't keep working on this project, so I switched to the other one. and it just makes me not want to work on it. So I might wait till I will have spare needles now because I'm on the neck of the other one. So I might switch the needles over so that I can keep working on this, although I'm a little bit worried about how that might go, changing from wooden to metal. I'm not super sure. But that one I'm just ticking away at the body. So yeah. So those are the 3 that I've been working the most on. I haven't done any on my Elisabeth blouse. But then my final work in progress is my final work in progress is my socks. And I hadn't shown you this for a while because I had made no progress on them, but now I have. So I work on these predominantly on the train to and from work, and a little bit at work depending on what's on. Sometimes we have, whole of business meetings where they don't need me to contribute anything, but they do want me to watch. So these are the socks that I'm working on. These are for my partner. They are in a yarn from, let me think about this. It is an alpaca farm just out of Canberra, which is where my parents live. And the name of it escapes me right now, which embarrassing. Oh, Blackwattle, that's what it's called. And I bought one of their sock sets because I thought that the colours were just sick. And so they're sort of, that's got a better side, I feel like. The yarn has sort of flecks of gold, or like sort of this rusty colour, as well as obviously bits of navy. And so the sock set came with this I guess sort of red squirrel colourway, the main colour, and a navy, so the 2 mini skeins and a full skein, which I think means I'm going to be able to get a pair of socks for me out of this as well. But I work on them 2 at a time. I have Chalgu needles, and it's 2.25 size. Oh, and I've dropped a stitch. Hold. But I just, because I have the Chalgu, No, I didn't buy this. I have bought a number of different Chalgu mini set things, and so I have a 2mm and a 2.25, so I just knit from the 2 onto the 2.25 on both of them. And so that's what I'm doing for those. I'm just following the Crazy Sock Lady Socks on 9-inch Circulars tutorial, which I have just written down, and I use that all the time. And then I use my safety pins to count my rows. The only difference I have done thus far, so it's a 2x2 ribbed cuff. I think it was 68 stitches, just sort of in between the classic, 64 or 72. And then the main difference I have done, I suppose there's a couple of things I've done. So for the heel flap, I just observationally looking at him wearing his socks, the heel flap looks like it doesn't come around very far. So this time I did a bigger heel flap. So if I had 68 stitches, I did 38 stitches in the heel flap, which is not a lot, but it's a few. And so it's just sort of, it takes up a little bit more. And so as a result of that, I moved the decreases a few stitches across so that the markers and us should still end up. I might have to move the markers, but anyway, to make it still even. And the other thing I did is something that I just sort of tried. I think I like it, but I think I need to do more. So my edge stitches, it's navy, so it might be a bit tricky to see. But I did a 2-stitch edge stitch, which I knit on both sides. So this is just a pretty standard heel flap where you knit one, slip one, knit one, slip one way, and then purl across. But I knit 2, then, or maybe it was slip one, knit one, whatever. But you do the same thing every row. Let's say knit 2, knit 1, slip 1, knit 1, slip 1 to the end, knit 2, and then on the purl side I knit 2, purl across, knit 2. And I think it looks cool. It looks pretty cool in person, and it didn't make it any more difficult to pick up stitches. But I think in the future I would do knit 3 on either side, just because as a result of obviously the pickup, you've only got 1 stitch, which on the slip side, so this is the side where there's a slip first. Yeah, this is not showing up a little, I'm sorry. It's kind of hidden behind the way that the slip sort of hides other stitches. So yeah, that's what I've done on both socks, and the heels are done, and so now it's just trying to power through till the end. And this is not, I suppose it's kind of a gift knit, but this is sort of not a secret gift knit. My partner knows that I've been working on this, and I give him regular vlog style or sort of podcast style updates. And I think, yeah, I suppose I have my pink one somewhere. I actually don't know where it is, but I've been powering through the three that I showed you, and I think those are my top priorities. And if I pick up any others over this week, I will show you, certainly. So briefly, I thought I'd move on to my planned gift knits. Excuse me, and then I need to make a tea and have some breakfast. Because yeah, I do have to go to, well, I don't have to go to work, but I have to do work today, so I need to, get myself ready for the day. And that is, I need to finish my socks so that I can cast on another pair of socks with this yarn. You'll have to excuse the yellow because that's just random, because this is the Regia Perfect, like perfect but perfect sock yarn, which I have wound up into 2 skeins, which I'm knitting as a gift knit for my dad, who I'm fairly certain doesn't watch these, so hopefully he doesn't know if I post it, so I just won't tell him. And so I'm going to knit him a pair of socks, and so it like comes out, the yellow is there so you can make the socks pair up. There's a lot of yellow. I'm thinking I could use this in another project, add a bit of va-va-voom if I need it. But yeah, so it's sort of, the cuff is going to be this sort of grey colour, and then I think it's a self-striping yarn. And so then it'll have this cute little pair, which I'm hoping that I can smash out before Christmas, even if it is just with my to and from work yarn. Because as it turns out, being that we moved house, which I think I talked about last time, this is a different angle in the new house, but it has the Christmas tree. Being that we did that, my commute to work on the train is a little bit longer, so I get a few more rows in, which is actually kind of nice, and I don't mind it. And so that's sort of, that's what I've been working on. The other gift knit I can give you no updates on, and I have no yarn for it, and I haven't even decided what I'm going to knit. But we do a Kris Kringle every year with my with all the people that go to Christmas, which is going to be at my cousin's house this year. And so I got my special little message. My sister organises the Kris Kringle, but I think she sets up a sort of automatic text. And so I got my special little text about who I have to sort of make something. Well, you don't have to make something. It used to be a more encouraged to make something, but depending on how early on it's organised in the year, that sort of, we want to give people enough time if they are going to make things. I will probably still try to, because I do so much knitting and sewing and stuff that I may as well make something for someone. But yeah, I have to work out what I'm going to do for that. So I don't think they watch it either, but just in case, I might keep that one pretty on the low down, but I'll show you the yarn once I work out what it is. So yeah, that's all that I have been working on. I am probably going to continue working on my cardigan this morning, although having seen that neckband, maybe I'll just try and smash that out. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do the neckband of my Lyon sweater this morning in the spare time I have between now and having to start work. And then, I will hopefully do a little update on how that's going. I've never filmed like B-roll. I don't quite know how that goes, and I will have to sort of work out. I don't know the music that you can like play or whatever, and I sort of don't know. I need to work that out, but I might give that a bit of a shot while I move to the couch, because I'm currently sitting on a dining chair in front of the tree rather than like relaxing on the couch, because this is a funner angle. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next little clip of this. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you soon. I am just deciding if I want to bind off the neck. I've got like that much, but I will fold it down. But I'm trying this on, and it's like I've got the whole thing, and it's so cute. I feel like I'm not sure the best way to show you, but I've got the sleeves. I'm happy with the length. My safety pins are still in, which you can kind of see. And then I'm mostly going to bind off the neck, partly because this will be the end of the ball that I'm currently working on, and I do have another one, but I don't really want to attach another one, so I've got enough to bind off. Right, so that's the other angle. I don't really know why I'm holding this, but it'll obviously loosen a bit with blocking, but I'm pretty happy with that. And then I really do like the neck. I feel like when it blocks and I'll put an elastic in, I think it'll be good, not too tight, but also not too like long. And it is way too hot to be wearing this right now. If I'm honest, it's like 25 degrees Celsius at least. You know, we're going into midsummer here in Australia, but overall I'm very happy with how that one's going. So I've got all these threads, but they're woven in. I just haven't trimmed them. I sort of don't know why I've left them so long. I think that's for binding off. Anyway, I think I'll bind this one off and then move on to something else. Hello, it is the 3rd. It's the 3rd of December. It was the 2nd yesterday. And this is my intention is for this to all be part of the same video, but I just thought I'd jump on. It is 7:20 in the morning and I've just finished my first cup of tea of the day, of what will probably, be 8 cups of tea. Oh, my toast just popped, so I will need to get that. And I am dressed and ready to head into work, but I don't need to head in for a little bit. So just thought I'd give you a bit of an update on how I went yesterday. Yeah, I was working from home yesterday, so I had a little bit of time at lunchtime to do a bit of knitting, and I had a little bit of time in the early afternoon, evening, and then we went climbing with some friends, which was lovely. But that just, I didn't get my phone out, I just film on my phone. So I am about halfway through binding off my neck on the Lyon sweater, which is, yeah, looking pretty good. I ran out of my old yarn, so I didn't have quite enough, so I've joined on the other ball that I had, but I just didn't want to join it halfway through, so I'll need to sort of weave in my ends. That's where I've joined the new one, and I'll need to weave it in so they look even. I do a bind off where so it's a 1x1 rib, and I pick up the stitch to knit with the purl. Does that make sense? Knit with the knit, and then I just purl the purl, and I bind off like that. So every other stitch is picked up, but it's looking pretty even from the right side, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, I might try and smash that out a little bit more today, but because I'm going into work, which I do on the train, I can I'll have a bit of time to work on my socks, which will be good, because I've realized that I really need to pretty much finish these socks for my partner this week if I'm going to have any luck of knitting my dad a pair of socks in the following couple of weeks. And then the other thing, this one I have been smashing through because I didn't really want to take that one with me when I was working, so we drove to climbing and back. I didn't want to take the Lyon sweater because I needed to be able to see it. And so I've been working away on my April cardigan, and I think that I have to finish this row, and then I can move on to my ribbing, because I have my marker, and that's about 10 centimeters. I have a ruler measuring tape in here. So yeah, so far this morning I woke up and have drunk my tea while I watched the Crabby's VLOGMAS and Laura Penrose. I think at this stage those are the only two that I was like intending to watch regularly. I saw Retro Claudes yesterday, which was pretty cool. But yeah, if you have any recommendations, I am all ears. But I think those three are the ones of people I watch the most, so they're the ones that come up when I'm looking for something to watch in the morning. So yeah, that's what I am up to today. The other thing, I don't have it, so I'll have to get it, but I knit my partner a Moby sweater I think I finished it halfway through this year, roughly, and it's out of Peer Gynt, and what is strange, it smells so sheepy, and my mum has knit my dad 2 sweaters in Peer Gynt, neither of which smell like a sheep, but it's one of the reasons I think that my partner is not as much of a fan as I think he would be, because it's a really nice Moby sweater. But yeah, so if you have any suggestions on how to get the sheep smell out, I've blocked it twice with like just my normal wool wash, but I don't know if I should be using like dish soap or hand soap, or if there's anything else out there to just make it, yeah, it is really a very strong sheep smell when he wears it. Well, I guess not so much, I think probably he notices it when he wears it, but sort of if we like we passed it around and everyone was like, wow, that smells a lot like a sheep. Anyway, so yeah, if you have any ideas, I'm all ears. Yeah, anyway, so I am gonna get my toast, drink my tea, and then I think I only have one more row of this to do before I change needles, so I might do that first and then I'll bind off that one. Then I'll head off into work, and then yeah, this afternoon I think I'm finishing work a little bit early to go play some pickleball with some friends, and then I will come home and probably do a lot more knitting tonight, which will be nice. We've had a few weeks of being very busy, so looking forward to spending a mixture of quite busy days and sort of nice knitting evenings. So yeah, I haven't turned the lights on my Christmas tree, partly because they give me a headache and partly because we'll turn them on tonight, but I don't need to have them on all day. But yeah, I did like decorating it. It smells so nice, like it smells very piney in here. Anyway, I might film a little bit right now and then I will see you guys a little bit later. You can see this, not at all because I'm wearing a navy top and then this is black, but I'm actually so happy with the fit of this. This is the April cardigan by Petite, if I haven't said 17 times already. And I think I am just about ready to do the ribbing. She wanted me to do something like 10 centimeters of ribbing, so I'll see how I go with that, but oh, I'm ready to do that. The slight difficulty for me is that my 3.5mm needles are on a different project. So I just need to acquire them and get them off. Oh, and it's a project that's going a bit wild itself. This is my Elisabeth blouse. It's on my list of things I'm trying to finish this year, but based on the amount I'm doing the other projects, it looks like it's bottom of the list. Right, I'm going to grab the key to take these needles off and some stoppers so that this doesn't end up all a disaster. I'm fairly certain I have everything I need in here somewhere. Oh yeah, there you go. 75,000 different keys. I'll see if this one works. Not made for this one, so it might be, oh no, it's all right. One down. Mindfulness cap, not the right one, but, oh no, it is the right one for this one. I originally had the Knit Pro ginger needles. I still have them, I use them the most. And I actually have the shorties as well. But as soon as I realized that the mindfulness cable was a swivel cable, I have almost completely switched. I reorganized my notions the other day and now all of my end caps are in here. I don't use the end caps very often. I mostly am working on my projects just have needles on them. Okay, so that's that one. I can put it away. I do want to finish it, but I think I just want to finish the other ones more. We will see. All right, now this way. I realized that I need to actually get my ginger set. Yabby. This is what well, like has all my needles. Well, this is what has all of these needles in it. And although I love this set, if I were to do it again, I don't know if I would buy it because I predominantly use 3, 3.5, 4, occasionally 4.5, very occasionally 5, and I've never used, what is it? Oh, this is in millimeters. I've never used 7 mil, 8 mil, 9 mil, 10 mil, or I think this is 12. Yeah, or 12. Just never used any of those. Right. But now I can switch these, which is huge. All systems go over here. I have to leave for work in like 10 minutes. So I might switch this and then see if I can finish casting off the neck of my other one. That's done. Morning. It is Wednesday morning, which means it's the 4th, right? Anyway, hope so. And I have a finished object. I finished this yesterday, just did the last little bit of closing up the neck, and I wove in all my ends. And so they're woven in, but they're not trimmed because I weave them in and tie a knot so that I know it's weaved in, and then I block it, and then once it's blocked, I then subsequently, oh, that's the toast. We cut them. But I'm very happy with how that's looking on the inside. That's the inside of my neck. So I just wanted to show you. So yeah, my Lyon sweater by Petite Knit, and in a medium size. And this is the Pasley Knits Athena colorway. I feel like I'll chuck it on to show you. There are a few threads round and about. But overall, it's just very cute, and I'm really happy with the fit. It's not going to look sick with my current t-shirt, but and I think with a bit of blocking, that'll obviously go that way. And honestly, the sleeves are already a really nice length, so hopefully I can just make it even with blocking. Wow, this looks lovely with my full length t-shirt underneath. It is a cropped, I've definitely done a cropped length, but I tend to, if I'm wearing, like, most of my pants are high-waisted, and so I would then tuck this shirt in or whatever. So yeah, very happy with that. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm really happy. I haven't put any elastic in the neck yet. Honestly, I don't really feel like I need it right now, but I tend to just do it anyway. So yeah, that's very fun and exciting. And what else is exciting is actually the shirt I'm wearing. I got definitely influenced by Rebecca from the Crabby, who shared when this not knitting but book, I guess, like sort of book account, reading account, had a release of some t-shirts and jumpers, and this one says Book Lovers Winter Festival, and then the back, wait, let me just turn around, has all these, like, it's really cute. Anyway, it arrived yesterday and I put it on straight away, and I got a jumper as well, but it's in the other room, which I could wear last night because it was pretty chilly, but again, not going to be the weather today. Yeah, I feel like I haven't been doing that much Christmas-y stuff, but I know it's going to increase because I'm doing where we have a housewarming. Like, we moved into this house about a month ago. We're actually finally getting around to our housewarming this Friday, and it's a Christmas themed housewarming because I like Christmas, and that's part of the reason that we were in such a hurry to get the tree up. So I'm going to be making some gingerbread either tonight or tomorrow, and then just sort of like setting up for that. So that's coming up. And then I am only working a half day today, not really Christmassy themed, but I'm going, one of my friends does a lot of sailing, and I'm going sailing tonight. I don't know, this afternoon. So yeah, I'll try and see if I can film any of that, maybe, we'll see. But yeah, hopefully I can have that come in there. And then I think, yeah, today will be pretty chill. Other than that, just, you know, working and knitting will probably be fill up my day. But yeah, overall, I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next catch up. Good morning. It is the 5th of December, it's Thursday, and I am doing a full day of work today, but I'm going to work from home this morning just because there's a few bits and bobs that I want to get done, honestly, before work starts, and then I'll go in over lunchtime into the office. I have lit my candle. I've lit our candle. It's like we bought last year, I think, we bought some Australian Christmas smell candles. They're just little ones. Oh, let me grab, I don't know which one this is, but let me grab these. Got what feels like a Christmassy jumper on. They're these ones. They're the holiday series from Frankie Gusty. They came in these super cute, like, and one is blackcurrant and fur. And that doesn't come through at all. And the other one is candied orange and pistachio. And there is another one, but I don't know what it is. But the one that I have lit is blackcurrant and fur. So I do like doing that sometimes. But basically, yeah, just need to do a bit of tidying. We're doing, as I think I've said, I don't know, we're doing a housewarming tomorrow, and it is Christmas themed, so that's really nice. But so we will, well, I guess we don't have that much more to do. I'm going to make some gingerbread tonight, I think. But everything else will just be playing Christmas music. And so other than that, I just need to tidy. So got to put some dishes away, clean the kitchen a little bit, which is all right. And then our living room is kind of a state of chaos. So it's just like washing and knitting everywhere. So I'm just hoping to be able to sort some of that out, just so it looks really, I mean, the more I do like today, this morning, the easier it'll be tomorrow. So that's sort of my general thought process. The easier it'll be tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna try. We'll see if this works, and if it doesn't work, I just won't put it in. But I'm gonna try some clicks, which obviously means doing some filming and then actually tidying. So I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll do a mixture. Anyway, knitting so far, I've just been working on the body of my Selene sweater. So I might show you that a bit later. But I'm onto the ribbing of the Lyon cardigan, the black one. But now it's just like, I don't really like ribbing, so now I'm working on a different project, even though the other project is the one that I put a hole in my finger through. So yeah, I've been watching this morning Laura Penrose and the Crab is Vlogmases, and yeah, it's very nice. I drink my tea in bed and I watch Vlogmas and then I get up. But yeah, this is the jumper I was talking about yesterday, and it says Cozy Readers Club, and it's from the same brand as my t-shirt, and they've got a tree in the back of a Christmas tree in the back of a truck, so I feel very festive. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Ta-da! That was actually quite a lot of effort. I don't even know if I'm in frame. just gotten home from work. Well, I got home from work like half an hour ago. I'm just waiting for Ben to get home, then we'll get some groceries, but until he gets here, I think I'm just going to knit and watch any of the vlogmases that I haven't seen yet. I think I might be up to date, so I might find another one. And then I think when we get back from groceries, I'm gonna make gingerbread, so I'll bring you along with that. Also, I got some red and white paper when I was at work today because we're doing a housewarming, Christmas themed housewarming tomorrow, and my plan is to get a few of the pictures around my house and to cut out and like just stick little Christmas hats on things. I feel like that would be such a vibe, so that's on the cards. Do that. But yeah, other than that, I think we're gonna have a pretty low-key day. The place is looking relatively tidy, and so we just want to get ourselves completely sorted for tomorrow, and then hopefully we can relax. And then tomorrow, I guess tomorrow the only thing I'll need to do is make a charcuterie board, which is one of my favorite things, so that's okay with me. So yeah, I think I'll just set you up maybe near where you are now and get started. I'm just gonna work on this. Just a bit of stocking it in the round. That's the back, that's the front. Bit of stocking it in the round. The neck does look very big, but that's because I skipped the neckline on. This is my Selene sweater. I think it's gonna be lovely. The weather is obviously not, it's very hot. This is not what I wore to work, but I changed it to just a singlet after I got home because I was so warm. But yes, I might put on some Christmas music. No, I'm gonna watch YouTube. Or listen to my book. I haven't decided. Whatever it is, you'll be listening to whatever I have found. I don't know what it looks like. I'm gonna try and Google and find, what is it? Royalty-free Christmas music? Hopefully I've done a good job. Let me know.